It's your boy Commando Jones, but this is not going to be your regular video. All right, you're probably thinking, why so serious over a game like this? This game hits home for me. I used to play it all the time, like when I was like, I think in middle school. Yeah. Oh my god, those are the days. Damn. Destiny was such a fantastic game. It was so good. It was so freaking good, bro. It was so freaking good. Honestly, I was just gonna make my own video. Like, I wasn't even gonna like bother to like even react to it, like react to somebody talking about the situation. Like, I don't even have to. I know too much about this game. Like, I don't need, like, honestly, I don't need it, right? But I'll just say my piece first, and then like let people click off the video afterwards, so they don't have to watch me react. But if you want to watch me react, then like totally fine. This video is probably gonna be like 30 minutes, 40 minutes long. But I'll just say it like this: Destiny, like Destiny 1. We're not even talking about Destiny 2. Destiny 1 was really, really good, right? Boom. When the Destiny 2 came out, it was actually great in the beginning, right? A couple of things I feel like that made it like go to the left a little bit more, go to the right a little bit more, and wasn't like really focused, was I can't remember what it was. Cause I really stopped playing that game a long time ago. Right. But it's for a reason though. And the game started to die off. Right. It wasn't before the battle pass stuff, but like that's when Destiny was like you just look, you're going outside at this point. But I think I don't know I can't really remember why. But I think it was more because Destiny was not listening to the audience, bro. Like to the fandom. Like, no. Yes. Okay, there we go. I remember now. DLC.
I found a few places near you.
Wait, what?
The first one is
Hey Google.
National.
Pause. What the hell? Did I say?
Nothing's playing right now.
I was like, shut up. What the but my bad. Yes. Why do you even trigger? Like, see what I'm? Yeah, besides the point. DLC, right? DLC. That's what ruined the game, in my harsh opinion, right? And I actually remember now. Let's go. So DLCs, right? You essentially had to buy the DLC in order to play with said friend, right? And what they kept on doing and like kept on like continuing it is like in order to like play I can't remember correctly, but it's like a quest. Like it has a special name to it, but it's like it's pretty much a 3-man team. You boom, go, whatever, and you actually get like exclusive loot. In order to do those things, you had to like get the DLC. So like that's where like Destiny was leading up to their pay to win action. Like you have to pay to win in order to be like good at the game, right? Which I feel that it just made the game fall in general, because like it was already so nice, and like Destiny 1 sort of had it. Actually, I do remember that, and it was super sick. It was super sick. I still don't care. Like, it was super sick. Game was mad fun, everything. But like, I felt like with Destiny 2 though, it was becoming more of a focus of money, and I get that. Like, honestly, at this point, it's hard to say that. Like, obviously, companies need money. Like, no shit. But in this circumstance, it's like, damn. I wish I didn't really go about it that way. That was my little beef, right? And it's like, damn, right? But there's this one time in particular though, with it was pretty much the Pyramid DLC. I'll just say that. I know that's not the name for it or whatever, but essentially, I got that DLC. Like, I literally bought the whole pack for the game in the beginning, Destiny 2, boom, boom, boom. I was fanboy out. Like, I still love this game to this day. I won't lie, but I just don't play it. I'm not going back. Right? But they gave the DLC out for free. Afterwards. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I literally said, what the fuck? Like, I was like, bro, wait. So you're telling me, boom, I paid for something and then you're going to give it out for free? That's what lost me. Right. And that never ever happened to me as a gamer, where it's like I got something and it's like, oh, they're just publicly giving out for free. Like, it's completely free now. It almost like, what was the point of me purchasing it at all then? Right. Like it doesn't make sense. Like like For Honor, for example, for anybody that plays For Honor, it's like when a new hero comes out, right? You literally have an option to kind of like pay to get them early, right? But in that sense, it's actually a lot more better because like it's kind of dope. Like you're the first person to play this new hero, and like you get to try them out, and on top of it, you get to keep them, right? But when it actually officially releases, people still need to pay for it, right? You just pay a little bit more, right? But it makes sense. It makes sense in that kind of sense. But this, it didn't make sense almost. Like it was just because like how Destiny kind of runs their stuff is like if you I know it's not making a bunch of sense right now. It's just because my thoughts are kind of shambled, but like stay with me though. Is that with Destiny they typically do, right? Is that boom, you get the DLC and you keep everything with that DLC, and they never gave it out for free, which makes it more like, I guess, like exotic or like more sick to have the gear, because in order to get it you need to pay and also grind to get it, right? But in that circumstance, it's like I got it, but people literally got it, like they got the DLC, not the items for free, but they got the DLC package, like the story, like obviously the story comes with the equipment after you grind for it. And it's just, that didn't really make sense to me, no lie. But I did love this game. Really, this game has a lot. Honestly, I love it so much, but I just can't play it anymore. And then PvP, my God, bro. Like PvP, like I don't know, like so much things that just didn't make sense. It went all wrong. Even the story the story became straight hotcakes. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Even that too, like Destiny 1 story. Oh my goodness. And then the beginning of Destiny 2 story, like the whole thing, that was solid. But afterwards, bro, I don't even know. I don't even know. And I know there's hardcore Destiny fans. Don't get it twisted. And I know some of them are gonna be mad, particularly. But it's like I don't really care about that. I really don't.
What exactly are the numbers we're talking about?
Because trust me, I played this game.
Right here,
I have proof too. So it's like don't even try me.
59,000 players yesterday, and in terms of PlayStation, you got around 24,000 people. Xbox 22. Steam dipped all the way down to 11,000. Epic Games. Who cares about that? Anyway, so as you can see right here, check the Steam charts myself, and didn't find exactly the 11,000 number, but I mean, we got the 12,000 number, which is still really an all-time low. Like the 12,000 amount, 11,000, whatever the exact number ended up being on Steam, that is a new all-time low in terms of player count. Now, why is this happening? Well, in terms of
I was a hunter though.
There's two things going on right now. Like there's two things currently happening in game. First of all, we have the Dawn, which is kind of like the Christmas holiday event. You're going around, you're getting resources, you're baking cookies, and you're turning those cookies into potential new weapons. And then we also have episode Revenant, which is the current ongoing season. And both of them kind of suck, okay? Both of them are misses in my opinion. First of all, let's start with the Dawning. This event happy to hear this guy around. Unbelievably boring. I am sorry, but oh my goodness, the best way to collect the resources you need to bake the cookies is to checkpoint farm the final boss of the Shattered Throne dungeon. Now, technically, you don't need to do this. You can go and do strikes, crucible, raids, dungeons, whatever, and completions of activities will give you the resources you need to make those Dawning cookies.
No, I'm gonna do one big raid.
That's gonna be dope. Gives you like what, 17 S's of Dawning, so you can make one single cookie. But killing this stupid final dungeon boss gives me over 20, and I can do that in less than 2 minutes. So it is just hilariously inefficient to play the game normally during the Dawning. And I'm not saying they should go and nerf checkpoint farming or anything like that. Just make it relevant to do some other activities. Make it so that I get 100 Essence of Dawning for doing a strike. And if you're thinking, oh, that might be too much, no, it's not. It would still be less efficient than farming the stupid boss of the dungeon over and over and over and over and over again until your mind melts. At least some of the other events, like the summer event, Solstice of Heroes, and even the Halloween event, Festival of the Lost, they come with their own little like new activity to do to keep things feeling fresh. The Dawning doesn't offer that. The weapons are actually not that bad, to be honest, but it's just like after, what, 4 years of the same formula for the Dawning, we need something new. It's incredibly boring. No one wants to do it. Okay, then you have episode Revenant. And these episodes have just been a massive miss. And I know why. So here's what's going on. The main complaint from the player base about these episodes is that they just feel stretched out and void of content. Now, if you actually look at the sheer amount of content in terms of new activities, new weapons, exotic quests, they're actually not that bad compared to previous seasons, right? But the massive change with this new model is that, as you can see here, we used to get 4 seasons a year. One season would launch with the big DLC at the same time, and then we would get 3 more seasons until another big DLC. But as you can see here, we only have 3 episodes. So Echoes launched with the final shape. We then have Revenant and Heresy, and that's it. So we're kind of missing out on a season. And because of that, Bungie had to lengthen these episodes, and to do that, they invented the Act system. So you have a lot of content drop on Act 1 when a new episode releases, and then, you know, several weeks, basically a month later, you have Act 2, which adds a little bit more content, and then about a month later, you have Act 3, which again adds a little bit more content. And although it seems like episodes are just a temporary thing as Bungie works towards implementing the new Frontiers content layout system, which we'll talk about later in the video, they just haven't gone over well. You definitely notice that missing season worth of content, and you definitely notice these episodes being stretched longer and longer. But specifically, episode Revenant has had a lot of problems, mainly with the actual method you're using to farm loot. We have this tonic system, which has just been a disaster from the start. Like, the community reaction to this tonic system has been overwhelmingly negative. First of all, you have to go in and manually pop these things that give you a limited time benefit. And when they run out, they don't auto-apply. For goodness sakes, why isn't there a queue system? Why can't you say pop a next, like this one next, if this one runs out? So many times in the middle of an activity, your tonic runs out and you forget to pop another one and you're missing out on a bunch of loot. On top of that, you don't actually get the stuff you want. For almost the entirety of the season, if you popped a tonic for, let's say, the hand cannon, you'd only have a 50% chance to actually get the hand cannon. This is in a game where I can go and take my Vanguard engram and focus it into the exact weapon I want at Zavala. You don't need weapon crafting to have better agency over what you actually want. So this tonic system has sucked. It sucks so hard that actually very recently, like within the last couple of days, Bungie finally fixed it. So now you 100% get the actual weapon, you know, you specifically want for that particular tonic. If I pop the hand cannon tonic now, I'm gonna get 100% hand cannons, which is great, and which is what it should have been from the beginning. And so with an underwhelming episode and an underwhelming event, it's no wonder that people are simply logging off, combined with the fact of outside forces. First of all, you just have the holidays, right? Destiny 2 has a little bit of an older demographic, like the Destiny 2 dad is a meme, but there's some truth to it. I know, I'm one of them, right? So a lot of people are just taking time off from the game, spending more time with family over the holidays. On top of that, even if you are a real gamer who's still grinding, you have some other stuff to grind. Marvel Rivals, as well as Path of Exile 2 are two huge releases that came out recently that are absolutely drawing players away from Destiny 2.
Really
it's not like, you know, we're losing players in the height of a new expansion. It is like the throes of near the end, or kind of right in the middle of an underwhelming, not well-received season and event. And of course, people are using this time as an excuse to leave Destiny 2 and go play other things or whatever, right? So it is just not a great time in-game for Destiny 2, combined with outside forces, some huge game releases. Totally makes sense. The player base is dipping as far down as it is. Now, is this salvageable? Well, taking a look at some of the responses from the community, the most popular quote tweet by far was the popular streamer Gathalion saying, "The only path forward for Destiny is 3. Otherwise, the incremental downward trend will continue, layoffs continue, and the IP
like a
dies.
Destiny 3?
Well, don't sugarcoat it, Gathalion. Like, oh my goodness, but maybe he does have a point. It's very hard to convince your friends that quit Destiny 2 years ago to come back to play Destiny 2. I've talked to so many people. A lot of my real...
No, you know why it's funny? Because that literally happened to me. The same line. It's like, it's hard to convince your friend that quit Destiny 2, I don't know, to come back to Destiny 2. It's like, you want me to come back to that? No, on some real stuff, I'm not coming back, bro. Literally, my friend tried to do that.
Life friends who played Destiny at some point, they're just waiting for the next big thing. They're waiting for Destiny 3. They're waiting for an excuse to come in and start fresh with everyone else. It's very intimidating to join a game that's this old, where everyone else has all this fantastic loot and you're kind of up against it, right? You feel like you're starting from behind. Again, that's the argument for a fresh start with Destiny 3. Now, I think Destiny 3 is actually very possible after Marathon. Everyone forgets that Bungie's already making a brand new game, and it's called Marathon. And maybe that flops or it doesn't, but they've got to get it out the door. It completely makes sense to, focus on developing that as your new game. As soon as that is out, perhaps the direction within the studio can switch towards a Destiny 3.
Destiny,
you're not going to see...
Destiny is such, one of their biggest games, and it's so dope. It's so dope. It's so fantastic. And I feel like there's so much things that can make it really just powerful. Honestly, I'm gonna be so real. Nothing comes to mind of what they should do, right? It's just a feeling that it always happens for some reason. And I just don't know. I just hope they figure out that solution. I don't feel like so far anybody has the solution.
Again, it just logically makes sense to
obviously
work on
Destiny 3 will
2,
work.
Marathon releases, and then once you don't have as much development time needed for Marathon because it's already released, you just need to support it and not develop it in the first place, you can shift your resources to start working on Destiny 3. That is the absolute hopium copium I have going on in my skull right now, but I really do hope that ends up being the case. Another good news on the Horizon situation is that, again, these seasons, these episodes, they have been received incredibly poorly, but they're going away. Destiny 2 Frontiers is going live in 2025, right? And it consists of 2 major expansions per year. So no more, episodes, no more cringe seasons. We just have 2 actually big content drops with fully fledged campaigns, new areas. And that might be what we need, because there's another take I want to point out here, and this is from Ritzcar here saying, I might just be coping, but this seems like a good thing in the long term. Carrying the burnout of playing non-stop for years into the actual start of the next saga sounds like a recipe for disaster. I think he's got a great point here. I think the days of constantly playing literally every single day is not the path forward, and you've seen a lot of live service games move a little bit away from that, away from those extreme, maybe you guys remember the days of extreme FOMO. You have to do this now, you have to log on every day, you have to do your daily quests every single day, don't miss. It just leads to perpetual burnout, and so people aren't playing right now, but they may end up returning for the start of Frontiers, but they may never play again. That's the big worry. Every time you have the player base drop back, yes, the player base climbs again. I mean, we saw it absolutely explode for the release of the Final Shape, which happened this year. Don't forget about that. The Final Shape was a great expansion that came out. It was the last big expansion. Literally, the most recent big expansion was a banger. Again, we saw a massive uptick in the player base for that, but we also saw it decline fairly soon after, and again, we're now reaching all-time lows. So every time you do have this decline, you don't have 100% of people coming back when you launch the next thing. So you are just slowly petering the player base eventually over time. The player base, again, will absolutely jump whenever there's something new, but in the throes in the middle of an we talked about this before, under-received season, under-received event, of course, again, people aren't playing. And I just want to end here with Liana Rupert here, who was a previous community manager at Bungie, quote tweeting this and saying, "Don't count Bungie out. look, historically, the dev team always comes back stronger. If you enjoy the game, and you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Listen, again, this is the hopium copium in me, but you gotta admit, Bungie is the comeback kid, okay? Destiny 2.
Are.
What? No, I shouldn't even start with Destiny 2. Destiny 1.
That's all I'm talking about.
Critically panned, actually. A lot of people really didn't enjoy that. It did not launch well. Boom, the Taken King. We're
yes. Back. Bro, when they dropped, that's what I was trying to talk about. The Taken King. Bro, when they dropped that shit. That was everything. I have so much great memories with that shit. It's not even funny. Bro, the Taken King, bro, I would cry over that, right? If you know how people be like, what's one anime you wish you could rewatch again without knowing anything of it? This is one of those moments where I wish I could go back to the Taken King and not know a single thing. Taken King was amazing. Amazing. With the new hammer, with the new light, the new arrow. Amazing. How the arrow could slow you down with a certain ability. How the lightning could group everybody together with the hammers. You could double. Oh my God. Everything about it. I would glaze over that every day. That's
baby, and it was a banger after the Taken King.
It was a banger.
And then we had a huge lull. People didn't like it. Boom. Rise of Iron. People loved it.
Rise of Iron was bad.
People loved it. Destiny 2 launch. People did not like that. Destiny 2 launch was a disaster. Vanilla Destiny 2 leading into Curse of Osiris sucked, man. Curse of Osiris was way worse than this is right now. Like, I'm being for real. I'd way rather be playing right now in episode Revenant with a crappy Dawning than Curse of Osiris. Like, it's not even close, guys. But
Curse of Osiris
after Curse of Osiris, you started to have a comeback with Warmind, and then you had the comeback of the Century with Forsaken. Like, goated time for Destiny 2.
I actually didn't get to play that because I didn't want to come back.
Bad expansions, Shadow Keep. And then we have Witch Queen brings everyone back. Fantastic expansion. Lightfall, trash.
That's trash.
Good. Like, the ups and downs is actually crazy. I wish they
based off the cover, you can tell if it's a banger or not. I won't lie.
Bungie clearly knows how to make a good expansion. They've done it many times before. Now, however, the worry though is, can they do it again with a significantly lowered staff? Right? They had all these layoffs. Are they going to have the resources needed to pump out these banger expansions? That's what I think a lot of people are worried about, and it is a legitimate concern. Now, they are bought by Sony now. That's the big difference. So Sony can easily give them some resources to continue pumping out bangers, but they can also easily shut it down harder than they shut down Concord. You never know what is going to happen. Overall, however, I just think
hypothetical situation. They say, "Oh, servers are gone." I'll bitch. Okay, I know don't play the game with chill. I want to see this game thrive forever. I won't lie.
Play these games every single day. Again, I truly do think the day of the perpetual, constantly playing live service game is done, and we've seen a lot of live service games peel back on the FOMO. For example, battle passes and season passes are now available like all the time. They don't necessarily go away, or there's way more catch-up mechanics and stuff like that. Like the have to log in every day to do your dailies type of live service. That is overall not healthy for the franchise because it burns everyone out. I would actually rather have more content followed by more dead time within Destiny. Like, have banger seasons. They come out, they're banger, there's a lot of content, and then there is kind of a lull. Maybe there's an event or two, but hey, it's no problem with logging off the game, going and trying something else, and then when you come back, there's always something to do. The problem is when you come back, and when you come back, it's underwhelming as well. And that's been these episodes, right? You stick around for episode Echoes, maybe you don't play near the end, it's kind of boring. You come back for episode Revenant, and episode Revenant is not that good, has a bunch of problems, stuff like that. When you come back after taking some time off from a game, you need to be coming back to banger content. That's what I hope Bungie can achieve here with the Frontiers.
Bro, they need to listen. They need to listen to my man. That's the most
interesting thing.
They need to
all these complaints, episodes suck. Stretching them out into acts is bad. All these complaints are literally going to be fixed in the upcoming year. This is the last year of episodes. There will be no more episodes, right? We are moving to a new format for how they're distributing content in Destiny 2 that we've never seen before. So, again, the low play count is not good, but it's not like
it's the end of the world.
2 more years of episodes planned or something crazy. The fix is on the horizon, and that does give me a bit of hope. But at the end of the day, eventually, after some frontiers, after a few expansions, whatever, the road, in my opinion, needs to eventually lead to Destiny 3. That is the answer to get people back in the franchise, to really empower new players to want to join the franchise again. You have to give up Destiny 2 eventually, because it's just been around for so long. People don't want to join in on something that has been going on so long. People are holding out for Destiny 3. Hopefully Bungie can deliver at some point, guys. That is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see.
All right, this guy's a banger, bro. Honestly, hold up. I just gotta like and subscribe. Like, I love this guy. No lie. But that'll be it though. That'll be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction slash my rant in the beginning of the video. Honestly, you do not have to agree with that, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. And honestly, that's something. But catch you guys in the next one, and peace.